Welcome to the 20th birthday party for the Rutgers School of Management and Labor Relations. My name is Sue Schurman, and I have the honor of serving as the dean of this school. I also want to give a warm welcome to the viewers of Yup TV and IPTV, who are right now streaming us out to thousands and millions of people around the world. So say hello, folks. We are all here today because in many different ways, each of us has been touched by and contributed to this extraordinary institution. You know, when we give someone birthday wishes, we often say, and many, many more. And so today, while we celebrate our record of accomplishments, our real focus is on the future, the next 20 years. And so we want to give you a glimpse of our future directions and initiatives. We decided, after consulting with our State Advisory Council, that we would make the theme for today leadership. Leadership in human resource management and leadership in labor and employment relations. You know, some good friends of ours at Harvard, you know, the Rutgers of the North, Ronnie Heifetz and Marty Lipsky wrote a book several years ago that I really like. They called it Leadership on the Line, Staying Alive Through the Dangers of Leading. They argue, and I agree with them, that leadership is always about risk because it's always about creating change, generally change that people don't want to make. That's unpopular. And so leadership requires first and foremost courage. I don't think I need to tell anyone in this room that we are now living through the most profound change in the nature of work and employment since our great-grandparents, and for some of you in this room, that would be great-great-great-grandparents, moved from the farm to the factory. Globalization, facilitated by technology and a vast worldwide oversupply of workers, has ushered in dramatic change. Change that reaches almost every sector of our economy and that we're all trying to figure out how to adapt to. As a leading professional school at one of our country's top universities, our job here at the School of Management and Labor Relations is to create and disseminate the knowledge that employers and workers need to adapt to these changes so that working for a living is profitable for companies and provides a decent living for workers. We do this through our scholarship, by teaching the next generation of young people, and through our continuing and professional education programs, and by providing technical assistance to management and labor. Assembled in this room today is an incredible array of leaders from the SMLR community, all of whom have had the courage to lead during these changing times. During the next 2 hours, we will hear from some of them, and over the course of the afternoon, I'll try to recognize many others. First of all, I want to recognize our world-class faculty. Could you stand, please? I didn't count your applause into my timing. They are among the most widely cited scholars in their respective subjects, both in academic publications and as public policy commentators in the media. They're outstanding teachers as well. You'll find a very small sample of their books on display just outside the hall, and this doesn't even begin to count the full range of their scholarly output. Our faculty's work would not be possible without our terrific staff. Can you stand, please? Without them, we couldn't all do our work. We have a number of alumni in the room who have carried our work out to the workplace. Could you stand, please? Alums. We have our doctoral students here, the next generation of teachers and scholars. Are you out there? Yes, they are. Our master's students from both departments, we have our master's student organization, RU Schurman, is here. I know they're back there somewhere. Stand up. And from our Labor and Employment Relations, our student LIRA chapter, that's, I think, the first in the nation. I think those folks are here. Can you stand as well, please? And of course, our undergraduates, who are going to be the next generation of leaders. Undergrads, are you here? Stand up. We have a number of members of our State Advisory Committee here. I want to recognize them as they stand. I see Lynn Zahumany over here with her husband, Ed. Laurel Brennan, who is Secretary-Treasurer of the New Jersey AFL-CIO, is here. Mike Dragan is sitting where I can't find him in the back. Mike is here. Are others here from the State Advisory Committee? I think I know this is New Jersey, folks. 3 o'clock means somewhere between 3 and 5. And I know folks are, some people are teaching, can't be here. Other folks are trying to get here. I got a feeling by the time we start the reception, we'll have a pretty good full turnout. I particularly want to thank our sponsors and friends who have generously supported this ceremony. From the Blue Cross Blue Shield National Labor Office, I think right down here, thank you so much. From SAG-AFTRA, here to support our speaker, right down here. From Local 68 of the operating engineers, I know Tom Giblin expects to be with us later. He is also a member of our State Advisory Committee and a member of the New Jersey Assembly. Ann Toomey will be here later from the Health Professional and Allied Employees. From Solars, are the folks from Solars here? Not yet. Rutgers AAUP AFT is here. From Integrated Resources, from Param. Our thanks to Steve Weissman, Weissman Mintz. I don't think Steve is here yet. He'll be here later. He's on our State Advisory Committee as well. Steve and Gloria Cugini will be here at some point. Both of them are alums. Steve is on our State Advisory Committee. And of course, Charlie Wakanik is on our State Advisory Committee, and Sid Seligman, who you'll hear from in a moment, are on our co-chairs, both members of our advisory committee. And finally, I want to recognize my predecessors, similar as deans. Jim Bejan was scheduled to be here and unfortunately has been taken ill. John Burton, I believe, is on his way. I'll recognize him when he arrives. Barbara Lee is here. You'll hear from her in a bit. David Feingold is unfortunately traveling today with his new job, but he sends his congratulations to all of you as well. For our speakers today, we selected a group of leaders, each of whom has led his or her organization through momentous change. Together, they illustrate the broad reach of our school's impact. We regret that Labor Secretary Perez was unable to join us today. He had a schedule conflict. He tells us he's going to be here with us now on December 11th. He's coming to sign our new apprenticeship standards for the healthcare industry that is in our healthcare talent network. And so if that happens, when it happens, we'll let you know. Maybe we'll invite you back for another party. To lead us off, it's my great pleasure to introduce the president of New Jersey's million-member AFL-CIO, Charles Wakanik. Charlie was first elected in 1997. He's been re-elected unanimously 4 times. That's because he's one of the hardest-working, most effective, and innovative labor leaders in the country. I know, because I know most of them. He's a second-generation member of Local 68 of the International Union of Operating Engineers, where he was the youngest guy ever elected to their executive board. Before he left the local to join the state AFL-CIO, he had become a chief engineer at Newark Airport. Most recently, he spearheaded the creation of New Jersey's first labor-led immigrant advocacy center up in Hudson County. That center will help new immigrants achieve their American dream. He is a fierce advocate of education for all working families and has been a great friend to our school throughout his career. Please welcome Charlie Wakanik.